current affairs, I invite Madam Angelica to the podium.
And dear students, time and again in history, different organizations, regional or world level, were founded where groups of countries collaborated. To mention a few, the League of Nations, the United Nations Organization, Non-Aligned Movement, SAARC. Some continue, some have become defunct. The Group of 20 is one such independent platform which is formed to help develop a framework for better global governance. The G20, as it is known, has emerged as the world's premier forum for international economic cooperation and mutual understanding for strong, sustainable and balanced economic growth. The G20 was founded in 1999 after the Asian financial crisis. Now this was especially for finance ministers and central bank governors to discuss global economic and financial issues. Now an important feature of the G20 is that it has two categories of countries in it. It includes both the industrialized or the developed countries of the world as well as the developing economies. And together they discuss the key issues in the global economy, trying to bridge the gap between the two, which is very important. Now the G20 has expanded its agenda since 2008. Initially it was meant only for finance ministers and central bank governors. But now there are the heads of countries, there are the foreign ministers and many other government departments are involved in this. What is incredible about this group of 20? If you see the statistics here, the G20 economies account for around 2/3 of the world population. 2/3. And this includes approximately half of the world land area, because we have all the populous countries in this group. It also accounts for 80% of world trade, 1st December 22 to 30th November 2023. So it's already halfway and go, and now we will see the explanation of this logo which you see before you. G2, and the 0 is in the form of the earth on the lotus, which is our national flag. Below this is written Bharat, India in Hindi 2023 and India in English. Below that is the inspiring quote from the ancient Sanskrit text, the Maha Upanishad, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means one earth, one family, one future. So this is the theme chosen by India, and it is India's message to the world through G20 that the world is one family. Now this theme is very relevant today as we see so many conflicts and wars in countries. There is poverty, there are problems affecting people and community as a whole. So the logo is well thought of and chosen as an apt one for this year. The theme also spotlights life, that is lifestyle for environment, which is associated with environmentally sustainable and responsible choices. So what we are looking for is not only about people, but environment also is taken care of at this particular meet. We are looking for a global action towards a cleaner, greener and bluer future. And you young people are the ones who can keep the world clean, green and blue. So it is for you that you should take forward these goals. Now there are a lot of activities for everyone to participate and contribute. Now India is hosting this in over 50 cities of our country, 50 cities with over 200 meetings, and there are 32 different work streams, that is themes and areas of work. Even in Goa we have seen that this has already begun, some and the higher level will happen towards the end. Now through these meetings we will have the opportunity to offer the G20 delegates and guests from these countries and also from the guest countries a glimpse of India's rich cultural heritage. So when India is hosting this, the countries of the world and invitees as well as members get a chance to have a glimpse of India's rich cultural heritage and give them a unique Indian experience. Carefully, who are these G20 members? Now it began as G7. I will not read all the names, I think you can see. And it was, it included another country to become G8, and that was Russia. And after that, by 1999, it is a group of 20 with 19 countries and one organization, that is the European Union. Now you must have studied in economics and geography that the economic union is not a country, it is a group of countries. So the European Union is one such group there. Now one of the countries, Russia, is in and out of it, and you know, for any world organization to run smoothly, they should respect the rules of respecting each other. And you know how things are, the Russia-Ukraine war being happening. In 14, first Russia was out, and now again it is out because of the interventions it does. How does this work? How does the G20 work? Now this group does not have a permanent secretariat or a permanent staff. The presidency is supported by a troika. A troika stands for 3. So the previous host, the current host and the incoming host. And now I will go to India's presidency in detail after this. But now as India is the presidency country, before India was Indonesia, and the next year will be Brazil. So the troika is formed by Indonesia, India and Brazil. Now the G20 presidency, that is the presidency country, India for now, it will steer the entire agenda and will host the summit. So this is what is happening. The G20 summit is happening in India from 1st December 22. Okay, so there are 2 parallel tracks. So we had said that the finance ministers are and the Reserve Bank people, they are the main, but now the heads of countries are also involved. So there are 2 tracks, that is the finance track and the Sherpa track. The finance track being led by the Ministry of Finance, and the other group will be involving representatives from relevant ministries of the members as well as from invited countries and various international organizations. Now we have, as I spoke, the chair rotation. So it is an informal forum without any permanent staff of its own. Unlike the UN, which has a permanent staff, this has no permanent staff, and the G20 presidency rotates between the members. I will show you the next slide how the members come. They are divided into 5 groups. So these are the groups, 5 groups. Group 1, Group 2, and every year the presidency will be from another group. Now I told you last year the presidency was which country? Indonesia, Group 5. Now it is India. India is Group 2, and next year it will be Brazil, that is Group 3. So the presidency rotates in these groups. It's not from the same group that it continues. Okay, and now here we are. India holds the presidency of the